Hey, welcome back to ClearBuy and welcome to episode 5 of our Sunday Q&A. If you are new here, this is the thing we do every single Sunday, where I sit down, go through all your comments from the week and answer them one by one. And before anything else, I have to read out 2 comments because they honestly made my whole week. Top 2000 wrote, "Thanks for your video. Never expected such a channel existed which buys so many products and reviews them honestly." Torque, that's exactly the whole point of this channel. We buy everything ourselves with our own money, so nobody can tell us what to say. So thank you. That means a lot. And then Shivam asked something cute. Are you from Andhra Pradesh? Close. I am actually from Nizamabad, but currently staying in Hyderabad. So Telangana side. But love that you are curious about it. Okay. Enough chit chat. Let's get into your questions. We have a loaded episode today. TVs, soundbars, ACs, coolers, even mattresses. So stick around till the end. First up, 2 of you asked the exact same thing. Vinay and Divakar. Both of you wrote, please review LG QNED AI Evo Mini LED 2026 TV. So here is the honest update. We are actually planning to buy this one and do a full review very soon. I don't want to give you half-baked opinions based on specs alone. You know that's not how we do things here. We buy it, we use it, then we talk. So just stay tuned. It's on the list. It's coming. Next, Ankit asked best 55-inch TV under 50,000. Looking only for Samsung and LG. Okay, Ankit, straight answer. If your budget is strictly 50,000 and you only want Samsung or LG, go for the Samsung Mini LED TV. At that price, it gives you the best picture quality. Now, Preetpal asks a really good one. OLED versus Mini QLED 65-inch. Which is best? Price doesn't matter. Pritpal, since price isn't your worry, let me make this super simple. Because people overcomplicate it. The main difference is in how they make light. OLED, every single pixel lights up on its own. So when something is black on screen, that pixel is fully switched off. That's why OLED gives you those perfect, deep, inky blacks and unreal contrast. It's a cinema in your living room. Mini LED or Mini QLED uses thousands of tiny LEDs behind the screen as backlit. It can't switch off individual pixels like OLED, but it goes way brighter. So in a bright room with sunlight coming in, Mini LED stays punchy where OLED can look a little washed out. So who should buy what? If your room is dark, you watch a lot of movies, lights off, curtains drawn, OLED all day. That contrast is magic. But if your hall is bright, big windows, lots of daylight, and you watch a lot of sports and regular TV, go for Mini QLED. It handles that light beautifully and you don't worry about burning over the ears. So it's not about which is better. It's about your room. Tell me your room, I'll tell you your TV. Sebari asked, is Acer Pure Nitro 55-inch QLED TV for 29,000 worth buying? I have received bad comments on installation and quality. Need your suggestion. Sebari, good that you're checking before buying. Honestly, instead of the Acer, if your budget is around 30,000, I would point you towards the Xiaomi FX Pro or the TCL T89C. You'll spend maybe 2 to 3,000 more, but you get clearly better options. Better picture quality, better service network, the whole package. For just a small difference in price, you avoid all those headaches you are worried about. So my vote, skip the Acer, go for Xiaomi FX Pro or TCL T89C. Ranjita writes, hi, I bought Samsung Crystal Infinity Vision for 22,500. What a deal I grabbed. What safety measures should I take to make sure the TV lasts long term? Ranjita, first of all, that is a good deal. Nice grab. We recently made a full TV maintenance tips video and honestly it blew up. Almost 50,000 of you watched it. The response was crazy. I'm genuinely going to recommend everyone here watch that one. It covers exactly this, how to make your TV last for years. I'll drop that in the iCards up here and in the end screen. So go check it out. It will help you a lot, I promise. Next, Abhishek asked bunch of questions. So here are your answers. So Abhishek, for your setup, big room, big TV, budget above 50,000, the one that stands out is a Samsung Q990D. Here is why. It's an 11.1.4 system. Basically, more speakers, more channels than the others on your list. That matters a lot in a big 375 square feet room because you need that sound to actually fill the space and surround you, not just sit in front of you. The Atmos height effect, the sound coming from above, is more convincing on the Samsung. and the base is weighty without being messy. The LG S95 TR is good, but reviewers consistently find it lags in that proper 3D surround feel, and the bass can get a little boomy. The JBLs have that cool trick of detachable battery-powered rear speakers, which is great if you hate wires. But for pure performance in a big room, the Samsung pulls ahead. So for your 75-inch big hall setup, Samsung Q990D, that's the one I would put in my own living room. And yes, a full soundbar comparison video is something we would love to do. So let me know in the comments if you want that. Next, Rakesh asked, "Hello sister, I am confused between this Hitachi model and the LG 1.5 ton 3-star 5300 watt AC. My room is 180 square feet and I am from rural area. Which is better for me?" Rakesh, your room size is the deciding factor here. At 180 square feet, I would strongly go with the Hitachi Sumo series, which by the way, we have already reviewed on the channel. So go watch that for the full picture. Here is the thing. A 1.5 ton LG just won't be enough for a 180 square feet room. It will run constantly, struggle to cool properly, and your bill will climb. The Hitachi has the muzzle for that room size. Now I'll be honest with you about one thing, because that's what we do here. In rural areas, Hitachi service isn't as fast as LG's. There might be a slight delay when you need help, but the service is there. It exists. You won't be stranded. Akash asked, "I am confused between Voltas Victa 55 liter and Kenstar Cool Grand 60 liter. I am getting both at 8,000. Which one should I buy?" Akash, I would go Voltas Victa here, but the 90 liters one roughly 9,000 is the best value for money cooler. You get autofill, an ice chamber, 3-sided honeycomb cooling, a whole bunch of extras that the Kenstar just doesn't match. And actually, we did a mega desert cooler comparison video where we put all this head to head. So for full clarity, please go check that out. I'll leave it in the iCards. But if you just want the simple one-line answer right now, go for Voltas Victor. That's your pick. And our last question, Sairam asked, which one is the best mattress, ortho or latex? The two work differently. A latex mattress gently adjusts to your body. It's soft but supportive, has a slight bounce, takes pressure off your hips and lower back, and stays cool. An orthopedic mattress is firmer. It's built to keep your spine straight and give strong structure support. If your back pain is mild and you just want comfortable, balanced support, go for latex. If you have chronic back pain, joint issues, stiffness, or your doctor wants you on a firm surface, go for orthopedic. And that's a wrap up for episode 5. See how much we covered today. This is exactly why I love these Sundays. So here is the deal. This Q&A happens every Sunday. Make it a habit. Drop your questions in the comments any day of the week with the hashtag AskPooja, and I'll pick them up for the next Sunday. Doesn't matter if it's a TV, a cooler, a mattress, anything. Ask away. If this helped you even a little, hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel grow. And if you're new, subscribe. We are pushing towards the 10,000 and you being here means everything. I'll see you in the next Sunday. Take care and remember, don't just buy, ClearBuy. See you soon.